Maybe it's not like shooting fish in the barrel. This video powered by our good friends at Hunters HD Gold. More about them a little later on. Today we're going to be taking a look at this OG Predator shooting table from MTM Case-Gard. Before we get started, we've obviously got to set this thing up, but that's going to be super easy. This thing deploys just like any other folding table in the history of folding tables. Flip the legs out, turn that sucker right side up, and you're ready to go. Let's talk specs and features on this Predator table from MTM Case-Gard. We'll start out with the height. It is 30 inches high, and while it is not adjustable as far as height, at least that 30-inch measurement, pretty standard for a table. Adding to the portability factor on this thing, obviously injection molded plastic top, weighs less than 18 pounds, so portability factor definitely there. Now, speaking of the injection molded plastic top, well, MTM Case-Gard, you know, is a leader in that manufacturing sector. But I am told they have improved the tabletop. It's a little more robust. It handles weight a little better than the earlier, some of the first versions of this Predator table that came out. Now, if you have this table out on the range, out in the field, you need a place to put that long gun. Pretty common to lean it up against the table. All too often, that thing will slide off and hit the ground. But MTM Case-Gard has put 3 different notches in the tabletop on this thing. That way you can securely lean those firearms up against this table when, of course, they're not in use. And this thing is going to be ambidextrous. You see that it tapers off to the back, making it great for the right-handed and the left-handed shooter alike. Now, while I do think that the tapered design does add benefit from an ambidextrous standpoint, the tapered design also makes the legs in the back more narrow. And I think that's maybe the one drawback on this. You really got to be careful about the stability of this table because those rear legs are so narrow. You really got to make sure you're on a flat, fairly smooth type surface, that sort of thing. But I think once you get it set up and once you mind how your weight is distributed on the table, I think that you're going to be okay. So with all that out of the way, let's use this table and get some rounds down range. Before we do that, safety is always first. Got my eyes on, putting my ears in, and we'll get this party started. Now, we're roughly about 75 yards out here on the range, and down there I've got some of our 6-inch steel gongs. Going to use the trusty old Ruger Mini 14 here, and going to start out with just kind of leaning on the table here. And I know 75 yards, 6 inches, not a great marksmanship feat by any stretch of the imagination, but let's see if we can maybe, just maybe, hit those gongs while rested on this table. If I'll quit talking. So, missed there. I honestly don't know where my sights are at on this. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. So once I kind of figured out where my sights were hitting there, not really a problem. I mean, the table worked well enough, right? That I think that, yeah, if you're shooting like that, just rested on the table, it does pretty good. I say we move along, put a rest on this table, see how well it does with that particular application. Before we get to that, though, let's talk real quick about Hunters HD Gold. You'll see I'm definitely wearing my custom pair of Hunters HD Gold here. And if you're looking for some premium eyewear, Hunters HD Gold is the go-to source. There's no doubt. They've been in the optometry game for many, many years. All of the Hunters HD Gold stuff manufactured in an actual optometry lab, like they know the science behind your eyes and eye protection. and all that good kind of stuff. They offer custom frames. They offer those prescriptions, and they make all that super easy. So make sure you check them out, huntershdgold.com. And as if the process wasn't easy enough, if you call them, you write them, you send a smoke signal, check out their website, and in some fashion you mention code CLOVER, well, you're going to get free shipping. All right, so here we are, and now we have the K-Zone shooting rest from MTM Case-Gard here. And just so you know, the little pistol rest typically is what this is, a grip rest box. Do got to detach that and move that out of the way, simply because of the size of the magazine on this Mini 14. But this is a good time to mention too, whether you're talking about the tables, or you're talking about rest, or you're talking about storage stuff, MTM Case-Gard.com. And while you're over there looking, if you want to save 10%, keep in mind you can always use the code CloverTac. We've got to try to get this thing lined up. This might not be as easy as it looks, simply because it's a little bit on the high side for me here. So if I'm going to use a rest with this thing, for me anyway, might want to have a little bit taller chair, a little bit taller stool. Everybody's got to kind of figure that out for themselves. And since we hit 4 out of 5, I think that this is going to be kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. But let's just see what we can do here. Get him behind the rifle good. Here we go. Maybe it's not like shooting fish in the barrel. Let me find my point of impact. There we go. I was having to hold a little bit high earlier, so get a little flex here. This is what I was talking about with the weight. I'm going to try to push myself forward. Let's get that safety on. See if I can lean into this table a little more. Let's see if that will help. All right, adjust this puppy down a little bit. There we go. Let's see. No, maybe too high. All right, here we go. See if we can hit it now. Safety zone. Obviously, it won't shoot that way. Huh. That's really interesting how I hit them 4 or 5 just off the table. Now I'm on this rest. I think I'm trusting the rest a little too much. There we go. Alrighty, so just a matter of finding that point of aim. Again, this thing, trying to hit a 6-inch gong at 75 yards when I'm not even sure where the open sights on that are zeroed. You can see how that can potentially be problematic, but there it is, the OG Predator table from MTM Case-Gard. I've got quite a few other things from MTM Case-Gard that we've got to check out here on the channel, so be looking for all of that coming soon. As for this one, we are done. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.